true hippie.
Right.
Boom. Welcome to another episode of Staffz and Crackz studio session. You know her already, Staffz. And for the first time ever, we've got a female artist on the platform, Davinah.
Thinking on the ways I used to lose myself fire. Every single dream I had, I gave it up fire. And every time I tried to push ahead, you pull me under. But it's over now, that chapter's over. I'ma push my chest out.
So Davinah, what do you think of the music right now, the music scene in the UK? Like, what do you think of the music as a whole?
I think it's improved a lot.
Mm-hmm.
However, there's a lot of artists or a lot of music that just sounds very much the same. I'm not seeing too many pioneers. I'm seeing a lot of artists that are genuinely talented, but I'm not seeing any icons. I'm not seeing any pioneers. Not too many anyway. That's my personal.
What makes a pioneer? Like, is there any specific thing that they need to have?
I think personally, when you're a pioneer, it's about being confident and believing enough in yourself to step away from what is going on and creating your own lane.
Mm-hmm.
So when you look at people like Kanye West, say what you want about him as a personality, but his music is undeniably amazing. Pioneer, you know, this was a guy that came out and did something that no one else in hip hop was doing, and it was so magnificent that it was undeniable. Like, you couldn't turn your say what you want about him, like we know he's crazy.
808 to Heartbreak. That album influenced this new, like,
Pioneer.
electronic hip hop auto-tune sound.
Pioneer.
Yeah.
Do you think we've got any artists that are close to being pioneers?
In the
UK.
In the
UK. I can only state my favourite artists from the UK, and I feel like they've got pioneer quality about them. So Shaka, his music is just his own. Like, he created his own lane. Mad love and respect. Angel, vocals, just the. I think for these people as well, the all round. Like, they step into a room and you notice that they're star quality. Vocals, like, you can hear they put in work with the vocal training, with the creations that they do. You can tell, like, time is really spent. This is something that they really love doing. Western, I love Western. I think they're, you know, pioneers when it comes to, like, guy groups, in the way that they put their music across, and they're just soaring. Like, I love their sounds, and I think what each of them have in common is that they all have their own sound and they've created their own lane, and I think that's amazing.
Do you think there's any females in the game right now that you're really liking, or you don't? Right
My
now?
favourite female in the game right now is Queenie. Like, Queenie. That's like, I know her on a personal level as well, but I've seen her on camera, I've seen her off the top of her head, and I'm just like, yo, my G, can you give the rest of us a chance? Can we get time to, like, I've seen her freestyling and she's passed it to someone, and in a couple of seconds he took too long, so she just came back in again. I was like, babes, you can't do something like that.
Females come together like that in music. They do, but they could come together way more than they do. But I always feel like the industry pits them against each other in the sense of you're better than her, and it's always like a clash instead of coming up as a.
It's that way on purpose. Like, the thing is behind the scenes. From my perspective anyway, I'm very good friends with Queenie. I'm very good friends with Ione, another artist. I'm very close friends with Kelly LaRock, you know, and we go to each other's shows where we can. And if we can't go to each other's shows, it's because we're working on our own music. But, you know, when one of my friends was in theatre, me and Kelly made plans to go down there, but then the lockdown happened. When we were touring together, we were out. It wasn't just music. So I just feel like in front of the cameras, what you see is not actually what it is. And the industry bosses obviously control the media and how things are seen. But I just feel like, you know, unity, especially between women and black women, is a dangerous thing when it comes to what their agenda is.
I mean, when it comes down to rap, this is one thing that it's hard to sort of get the correct answer. There's always that sense of competition, and that's kind of the culture of the rap.
Yeah.
Rap battles, rap clashes. What do you think draws the line between people clashing for culture, or people just straight up wanting to see someone do bad? Like,
I think it's just respect.
It's having respect for that artist.
Because, like, if you look at, like, say in America, Remy Ma is the biggest female battle rapper to come out of New York. There is no denying that. And we can see Remy Ma go pound for pound with somebody as a battle rapper and shake hands at the end of it.
Yeah.
You see what I'm saying? And then you
that's
get
culture.
Exactly.
Right.
And then it gets to a point where, okay, it's battles, so yeah, who's got the best bars and who's got the best flows and who's got the best play with words and them kind of things there. When you start getting personal and start talking about, you know, things that that has nothing to do with rap culture, that's when it just becomes an out and out disrespect. And then when it becomes that is when the media gets involved, like, yeah, you know, we're gonna pick this one.
But do you think there's rules in battle clashing? I don't think there should be rules. I think battle clashing is clashing. Like, anything goes in a rap battle diss. That's how I
think you can to a certain degree, but I feel like there are certain rappers that are really hoods, really gang. Do you see what I'm saying? And there's certain rappers that just ain't. So I just feel like if you're not, then you need to really choose how you're doing it, because you might pull a certain blow and this person might just, it might get real for you on the roads. So,
but do you think people should, once they get into a battle, I'm not talking online, like back and forth, but say if we've gone to a venue right now, do you think there should be an overall rule of everything said here, you can say it, but it doesn't mean it's going to resort to don't resort to violence.
Because you know what you're getting into slightly.
Yeah, definitely. But I just feel like, again, it's the respect levels. Like when you watch battle rappers on the road, you can see that, yeah, they're going as hard as they can and they want to be the best person and the person that comes out on top, but there's still a mutual respect there.
Yeah.
What's happening in the industry is that there's just blatant disrespect going on. And when that happens, a lot of the time it's between black women as well. The industry's like, yeah.
So can you tell us like more about your music? What have you got planned or in store for 2021? New year, new beginnings.
I'm at the moment, I'm writing, I'm working on a mixtape at the moment. I'm not going to say too much more about that, but Tim Westwood heard a few tracks, like my demos, and was like, send that come. Whenever she's done, I need to have that. So I'm really
looking forward to some fire.
I'm hoping so. I'm hoping you like it, but you know, like there's a few checks it has to go through before I say, all right, that's gonna make it or that one's not. And I run it through by Crackz 24. I run it by Affix from Sean Family, which are like the most critical rappers and artists that I know. And if they're like, I mean, Affix thinks everything is rubbish, thinks everything's shit, thinks everyone and everyone's shit, and he's just constantly disappointed. But I played him something the other day that's actually going on my album, and he went, yeah, it's good. And then he dropped off the chair.
How do you find the whole, like, writing and artistry? How do you find the whole thing to put together? Is it quick to put together for you? Do you find it easy to come up with ideas and concepts and be creative? And
I think if I've got like the right tracks, for me, as I said, like it's a lot for me is about strings. Something about that just evokes certain emotions out of me. So I had someone, Mike Assassin actually, brilliant rapper, another one of my guys, like a little brother to me, we work together. He's actually produced me a song for my EP, and he said, oh sis, take a listen to this. And I was listening, and with me, I mean, people think I'm really harsh, and I say, please don't take it personally, but I know if I like the song within the first 10 to 15 seconds. So if you play me 10 seconds, I'm like, next one. It's not a bad thing, it's just I know it's not for me. So I was listening, he had 5 tracks, and I got to the first one, 5 seconds, next. And the second one, within 3 seconds, I was like, 10 seconds, oh yeah. Third, like within about 30 seconds, I was like, yeah. Then the chorus came and I was like, oh, it's written. Well, all right then. And I heard everything, and I spoke to him and he's like, yeah, you can have that from the album, definitely. So it's about what inspires me really. Like I really go from like a spiritual place. I won't just jump on a beat because it's hard or because that's what's happening today or it's very current. It has to evoke something out of me for me to evoke something out of you.
So it has to have an emotional connection.
Yeah, it has to connect with something, whether it be that I'm talking about, you know, my spirituality, whether I'm talking about being a parent, whether I'm talking about work, whether I'm talking about things that are pissing me off, generational curses, whatever that subject is, it has to evoke something in me, because when it does, I can then transform the energy and evoke something out of my audience. Do you know what I mean? So I just feel like it doesn't matter. Like I've had some producers that send me and they're upset. Vex! Do you know how many people want that beat? Sorry, babe, I don't.
We'll take this back to something that you said earlier about growing up in the hood. Do you feel like that has really influenced some of your music?
Most
Because
definitely.
obviously artists, I believe, are like emotional. We know how to express our emotions in music.
Transform energy.
Yeah, and you know, the more experiences that you go through and you come out the other end, the better the music can go. It can go into a wider perspective. Do you feel like that's fueled some of the tracks that you've done or the ones that you're working on your mixtape?
I think if you listen to anything that I've written myself, you will hear that, whether it be it's in the lyrics. A lot of the time when people who haven't heard me do music, when they listen to my music, they're like, do you rap? And I'm like, no, I don't. But I listen to a lot of hip hop music. And I listen to a lot of hip hop music because that's what, I mean, when I was younger, I was the only female. I was always with Bagger Man. Always. Like, I was with Bagger Man, and everyone used to be like, Raw, is she part of GX, like, Generation X? And I'm like, no, I just know all of them. And they'd be like, oh, Raw, what is she, Chung family? No, not even, I just know them, like, they're all my guys. And, you come to the studio and there'd be 20 man in there and I'll just be sitting down there chilling. But I'm not there looking like some, I'm trying to be up in it. Tracksuit, trainers, hoodie on, just chilling. And then they'd be in the booth, someone would sing something and go, D, is that sounding legit? No, try this note again.
That's what I like when girls could embrace their tomboys, because I'm a bit of a tomboy. I'm not all the time getting hair done, nails done.
I think I've learned to kind of split it right down the middle. There was a time when I was really hood. Like even the tracksuits I wear now, I'm still a tracksuits, Uggs, trainers kind of girl, but they're a bit more shaped now. I used to wear them like 2-3 sizes too big. I used to have a hood on it, be set down here, you couldn't see my face. Like that was me, but there's a sweet and feminine side to me as well. And I think as I've got older, I've kind of learned to balance it a little bit more. But I'm still very much like, there's this side of me, but don't summon them demons out. Don't summon them. Like there are certain things and certain buttons you'll push and you'll see a whole different person and be like, yo, who this crazy bitch?
Last question I'm gonna ask before you go. What inspires you to keep going? Because obviously you see everyone blow success. You know some people get famous quick. Like you see how these young artists have come, like H and them, and they've blown quick. And you're still here doing your craft. Right? You're not at that level yet, but you've been working hard and doing it. But so when you see people coming past you, I'm not obviously here that way, but when you see that artist coming like past you and you think to yourself, how do you keep inspiring yourself to keep on going no matter
I don't listen to other people's music.
Okay, yes.
You don't look into what they're doing.
I don't. Well, the thing is that a lot of the artists that have blown in this country, I probably don't know the levels that they're on. I don't listen to mainstream radio. I don't really listen to mainstream music. Like I might be like, for instance, I might have come here, you guys might have been playing something, I might be like, oh, who's that? Oh, it's Dave East. All right, because that's how I came across Dave East. Literally, I was at my friend's house, he was playing the Survivor album. I was like, yo, beat after beat is just banging. Who is this? It's like Dave East. That's how I got onto him, not because I heard him on the radio. Fabulous as well, I haven't heard none of Fabulous's stuff on it, but Summertime Shootout 3, good lord.
Davinah, you got anything to say before we go to the fans? What is
fans,
the people them, you know what I mean? The people,
look out for me.
The internet's a mad tough crowd. Remember, I always say this to people, the internet's a tough crowd.
It is a very tough crowd.
What do you have to say to the people them? What do you have to look forward to Davinah 2021?
Oh, my EP, not EP, I keep saying EP. My mixtape will be ready in April. My album will be ready in August, and my lingerie line will be ready by the end of the year.
Ooh!
Okay. Where can they find you on the socials?
Davinah Music, Davinah Music, all one word, and that's right every platform.
Alright, we'll sign it out.
Studio session, we're kind of
Hey everyone, thanks for watching this week's episode of Staffz and Crackz Sessions. We hoped you enjoyed it. Obviously every Friday is Staffz and Crackz Sessions. Every Wednesday is a day in the life. Thank you for all the subscribers, all the support, all the lovely comments and the likes. We see it. So thank you so much and please stay tuned for more.